Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I've got Suzi Wilczysnki with me. She's with Dig It Games. Suzi, welcome to the program. Were you able to identify that song, by the way?
No.
No. Yeah, well, yeah, you're probably just showing your age. That's from Dig Dug, the game Dig Dug. And your name reminded me, Dig It Games reminded us of Dig Dug, so we decided to, for nostalgia's sake, open up with that song. But are you familiar with Dig Dug?
Yes, actually, yes, I am, but it's been a very long time.
Okay, I understand. So the company you're with, Dig It Games, tell us a little bit about that.
Right, so Dig It Games is an educational gaming company. We create games specifically for the middle school market. It's fascinating to me that there is nothing out there for this market. It's a tremendously underserved market, and yet middle schoolers are very important, and they're out there, they're buying things, their parents are buying them things, they want to learn, they want to play games, and yet they're playing games that are made for adults, not for them.
Right, and often games that might be leaving a psychological impact on these kids. I mean, I think when they have all these debates about what's leading to mass murders, one of the things that isn't discussed is some of these games these kids are playing.
Right, and part of the problem is that the games are not age appropriate for this very important tween group. You know, kids are really developing who they are and what they think at this time, and they need stuff that's specifically designed for them, and that's what Dig It Games is all about, is designing products specifically for middle schoolers that help them learn about themselves and the world around them in a very productive way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've got something of an academic background, correct?
Yes, I do. I have a master's degree in archaeology, and I was a teacher for several years.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, absolutely. And you actually worked at University of Pennsylvania, I believe.
Yes.
And so when you looked at the whole landscape, I mean, it's kind of unusual to go from, teaching archaeology and anthropology to making games. Was it just because you saw the void out there, or did you have a family member that you saw playing these games that obviously had zero redemption value beyond increasing their shooting skills, so they decided to join the infantry later, and you said, hey, they need something other than just this?
Honestly, I fell into this a little bit by accident. I was looking for a teaching tool for my middle school classrooms. Mm-hmm. I'd used archaeology in the classroom in the past, and for middle schoolers in particularly because of the way they learn and the multidisciplinary nature of archaeology, they were very engaged by it, but there was nothing out there that allowed somebody who wasn't an expert to bring it into the classroom. And there really wasn't a lot even for an expert. You had to start from scratch. And I was just shocked by that lack of quality product for that age group for this topic. Mm-hmm. And I decided that I needed to go out there and build one.
Just build it, right. And they will watch, and they will play. So what do you do in terms, kind of give us a sense of what it's like, what the game is like?
Well, our latest game is called Mayan Mysteries, and it takes you on an adventure through the ancient Maya world, where players become archaeologists and follow a quest to catch a secretive looter. So you play it's a puzzle-based game. There are a lot of puzzles and critical thinking involved, and you're also immersed in the science of archaeology and the ancient culture all at the same time.
Okay. Yeah.
So players walk away with a tremendous amount of knowledge, but it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So is it at all? Forgive me, for the parallel, but is it at all Indiana Jones-esque? Like Indiana Jones?
A little bit, except this is real science.
Oh, darn, no. Right, but I mean, like the character. Tell us about how I'm assuming that the student can choose a number of characters to represent them. I'm assuming. Is that correct?
Actually, no, that's not how our games work.
Tell us more.
Yes, the player has a first-person view as the player. You interact with a set of characters, and our characters, we call them Team Q. So it's Professor Alex Quinn and his niece and nephew, Fiona and Charlie, who are both 12. And you, as the player, you have a very special role to play. You bring something special to this game, and they couldn't solve these problems without you.
So it's kind of like from the point of view, the visual is at the point of view of the player.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, got it. So he doesn't have to look like anything because it's like you're looking through his eyes or her eyes.
Exactly, and the player is you.
Interesting. So when did you make your first game? And how many games do you have now?
Dig It Games has 2 products out. The first one came out in 2010. Mind Mysteries came out last year, and we have several exciting things on the horizon for this year.
Awesome, awesome. And I guess your primary market is middle schools.
Yes, I make games specifically for middle schoolers.
Okay, so where would someone typically find these games to buy it? Or would they find them online or?
Yes. We sell our games through our website. It's digitgames.com, and there's a dash in there, dig-itgames.com. And the games are online games, so you can play them anywhere. We also have an app version in the App Store. Simply search for Mind Mysteries, and it pops right up.
So you can play on your smartphone if your phone's smart enough.
Yes, if your phone's smart enough. You can't. Unfortunately, it's not. You can't play on an iPhone, but you can play on an iPad. Okay. And the graphics are spectacular on an iPad.
Awesome. Very, very cool. What do these games run?
I'm sorry, you're asking the price?
The price, yes.
Yes. The online version is $21.99, and the app is $9.99. And for that, you get about 15 hours of playing time.
Very good, very good. Sounds like it. When you're sitting there, and looking at a potential gift for your kid, you might want to add that to it, where you can sneak some fun in there, and they may not even. Sneak some education in there, and they may not even realize it.
Well, they really don't, and it's a wonderful thing to play with your kids. Adults really enjoy these games also, and they walk away learning things that they never even knew they wanted to know.
Right, and certainly things they probably hadn't thought about in decades, depending on their age.
Yes. And
in my case, it would definitely be decades. But anyway, so very cool. The game's called Dig It Games. And where's that hyphen in there? Are they looking up at digitgames.com?
Yes.
Where?
Dig-it.
dig-itgames.com. People want to check that out. The price, to me, sounds like a great price. People ought to be looking into that for their kids, and then maybe even for themselves. You know what? Keep your own mind active. This is how we can avoid entropy as adults. Is by keeping our own minds active. And so, I think it sounds like a great concept. My producer Sigmund was showing me how it looks on an iPad. It is very visually attractive, and I think it's great. I appreciate you spending time talking to us about it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to investigate this market. These kids are left out in the cold, and we have to fix that. Yeah,
you got a bunch of kids who are about to enter middle school, and give them an elementary present of a gift like this. Get them thinking about that, because that's only a couple of months away. That'd be kind of a cool elementary school graduation present.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thanks. Again, it's Suzi Wilczysnki. The company again is Dig It Games. dig-it or dig-it games.com. Thanks again, Suzi.
Thank you.
When we come back, more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com.